It's better now.
Yeah,
No?
yeah, definitely.
Hi. So we'll quickly start. It is only half an hour we have. I'm using a free version of Zoom. Uh, you know, thank you very much. And I have with me a core committee team member from IMU Mumbai. He's a fourth year marine engineering student, Mr. Shivansh.
Good evening, sir.
See, what did AMPA? What did AMPA do is that we wanted to have this competition about last year itself, and it was supposed to be a physical one, but COVID hit us, and then we decided we'll do it this year. Idea was to involve students, and since Balini Shankar Madam also was involved in propagating this idea, I said, why don't you have a research competition and all that? So I used the IMU campus students to form a core committee, and which will propagate this to the other MTIs and kind of help AMPA out. In turn, they also get an experience of organizing competition pan India kind of this thing. So it is good age for learning for them. So this particular meeting is simply for a briefing about the competition that we're going to have. And this is a joint effort of IMU and AMPA. So we have had many technical paper competitions so far. I attended many of them in various colleges as judges and all that. But there was not a single competition on research paper as such, And on the subject of pilot ladder, of course, nothing has happened so far. So ever since we formed AMPA in 2019, being a low-hanging fruit, we propagated this idea of safety of pilot ladder onto various forums, various populating medias, including students, MTIs, shipping companies, and also with respect to the Ministry of Shipping, and MOUs and administration everywhere. Now, glad to tell you that the DG Shipping has agreed to issue a MS notice on this after our hard tries, and of course, Amitabh Kumar has agreed that he will issue a MS notice, and they have sent us a draft for checking. So things are moving forward, and when things are moving forward, they require a big push. We should not slow down, So this competition is basically a push onto the younger minds and flared mind side. Idea is that the pilot ladder. Just give you a deep background of my thought process. Pilot ladder has been very old. We all know it. We have climbed it several times, and it has been 300 years old, and nothing has changed in pilot ladder so far. There has been many attempts in Australia 2006 to tell you 2012 UK or European Union to find some alternative to this pilot ladder, but nothing has come forward because of course professionals like me and you and and with some technical teams and with some research, some kind of technocrats, they joined together and tried to find solution. We are so prejudiced that we finally came back to the same old story. This is better, yeah. Why to change it? Of course, the Australia changed over to helicopter boarding from 2008 onwards, and they remained like that. But rest of the world is still facing the dilemmas of the pilot ladder and the safety issues. So we then decided to take this thing forward in a very structured manner to the government of India. I've been talking to the Ministry of Shipping for almost last 6 months, and also I have touched upon to the Ministry of Law and Justice now, because simple fact that the pilot ladder, though it belongs to the ship, and it is being internationally regulated by the SOLAS regulation. Again, SOLAS belongs to the ship, and that's it, nothing else. So there is no compulsion on rigging procedure of pilot ladder. SOLAS is not clear about it, at which knots to use, which hitches to use, and all that. This is all has come out from the various forums and associations of pilots. Nothing in SOLAS regulation 23 of chapter 5 says anything about the knots, and hence people innovated with tech tongues, and you have seen those bars and kind of a spreader being jammed and all that, and this damages the pilot ladder very badly. So of course, so there is a lot of risk involved. The thought process behind this of AMPA was, why can't we declare pilot ladder as a potential safety hazard or a workplace safety hazard to start with? When you say workplace safety hazard, that means it is a hazard belonging to the workplace that is a port, because the pilot boards in the port and pilot gets off in the port. Like you say, oil transfer procedure, when cargo transfer procedure belongs to the port. because the entire operation happens in the port premises. So port owns it. Terminal does the safety inspection of vessel. The charters inspection is done. The vetting inspection is done. 120 things are done for the oil transfer procedure. So oil is more important because we don't want pollution, we don't want environmental damage, we don't want to lose the gold community, black gold. But the human life is not. I mean, it is surprising to me. So we've been going almost last 2 months. I've been lobbying everywhere to say that the pilot ladder should be declared as a workplace safety hazard. What Australia did 25 years back, they issued a marine notice 21, of 2019, so 2 or 2001, and they declared this is a workplace safety hazard. So the pilot ladders are not checked by pilot when he arrives the pilot ladder. Nowhere you cannot go to the factory or a college gate and say, should I go to college today or not? There has to be a mechanism of deciding that you should go somewhere safely. So port must ensure that the pilot ladder is safe. They must get the pictures, they must get the certification, whatever is required. Because the entire process of pilot transfer is owned by the port, should be owned by the port. Because the pilot boat is there, allocation is there, the boarding ground is there, navigational aids are there, everything is there. What is ships? Nothing except pilot ladder. So once the port ensures this, so how do we do it? So I did a lot of letterbaji with the government, with PMO, everywhere. Then I got the answers saying that we don't have enough grounds to prove that the pilot ladder is a really workplace safety hazard. Despite accidents, 2 to 3 lives we lose a year. Despite all this, they are saying that there's no enough evidence. So this competition is going to be a part of it, because now the students of various MTIs are going to get together and they're going to identify the hazards, risks in pilot transfers, in risk in using pilot ladder, and not only we're going to stop at that of complaining kind of tone. So I thought we will give a research color to it and let the student come out with the solutions. Of course, those students are pre-C training students. We fully understand that they have not climbed the pilot ladder on a dynamic situation on the ship. But of course they have a young mind. They are not prejudiced like you and me as to what is best. And I'm sure they can come out with very radical solutions with the industry 4.0. Most radical being why do you need to send a pilot? We can maneuver the vessel in the controls remotely like an aircraft. It is on the aircraft by control towers. This only the young minds can think probably and come out with something. So we decided to have this kind of a competition with all MTIs. So this is online competition. I would like you both to promote this into your colleges. Any more briefing is required, I'm very happy to do it. We will soon send out the flyers and the brochures and all that. So the competition is a researchable competition which will have an abstract and a full research paper. Any MTI can take part, any student can take part of Diploma Nautical Science, PhD Nautical Science, and BE Marine Engineering. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, no ban on this. Any college can submit empty number of papers. There's the empty number of teams can take part. One team is of 3 people, 2 speakers and 1 researcher, kind of thing. So you can submit these papers. Maximum wording to the paper is 6,000 words. And there are certain things which are there in the brochure of ours as to how the research has to be done, what is the industry data is required for the research and things like that. So all that will be there in the brochure. I'll send the brochures to you all across. Once we get these papers in our hand, we expect to get some 50, 60 papers minimum from all the MTIs. And those papers will be vetted by we have got 8 panel judges. All this, out of them 3 are Australian, 2 are UK pilots, 1 is a Netherlands pilot, and 1 is a Don Cockrell, one of the very legendary figure. And another guy is the Ed, Weber, who just did this thing, and 1 fellow is a polar navigation guy. So there's a comprising, all this. These guys have worked a lot of years. They are put in pilot data innovation and risk mitigation. They are on European panels. I'm trying to get somebody from IMO Maritime Safety Committee also as a judge. So we'll have 8-9 judges. They will scrutinize these papers, come out with the 10 best papers, and those 10 best papers will then kind of present this paper, present this online. So out of those 10 papers, we select the first three. One is a winner, second is a runner-up, and the third one is supposed to be a industry 4.0 solution paper. In case somebody does that in his paper, application of industry 4.0, artificial intelligence, and things like that. But he has to give a complete thing. And in case something very innovative solution comes out like that, AMPA will be fully with the student, and we will ensure that the patent is registered on the student's name with the institute involved. So there is no AMPA involved in patent registration. I mean, we will of course spend all the money and do all the homework and do all the things. Our team will do all that, but the patent will be registered on the student's name with the institute's cover on it. So it will be a very damn good thing. I thought we will get to showcase our strength to the world as to what we can do in research technology. In these times of industry 4.0. So very simply, I mean, there's nothing this thing. So we are going to by 30th April, we're going to invite all the MPIs, send formal emails. IMU will send the emails to everyone because AMPA is still very young to deal with the MPIs. So we are telling IMU to send. I mean, the head of academics will send the emails to everybody for participation. By 15th of May, you got to inform us about the participation teams. There'll be a registration form also with that. From 15th of May to 30th of June, 45 days, students have to write the paper, do some research and things like that, And by after 30th of till 30th of 30th of June, we should get the papers in our hand. If they are coming by email, then they should be password protected and all that. All the instructions are there in the brochure, how this thing has to be sent, And from then 30th June to 15th July, we're going to scrutinize these papers. And from 15th July to 15th August, we're going to then have this 10 paper selection and have an online kind of a presentation in front of all international crowd, which we are trying to expect because, this is the first time somebody is doing on an international scale with Indian students, with Indian minds at the helm, the kind of a research paper competition. So I would request very wholehearted support from you guys. You're academicians, we are not, and we fully respect that fact. And any suggestions are there, please welcome. I mean, we are very open to that. You can criticize us, you can correct us. You're all here to learn things.
Any websites that you're going to offer? What are the websites or links to some research papers or material that has already been done? You'd be able to give some access to the students so that they have a good starting point.
Yes. Now, I will personally share with the MTIs which are willing to, because that research period of 50 or 45 days, I mean, I want to really hold the hands of the professors who are going to be guides of the students. There's a Chirp magazine and the website of a Chirp, which is a confidential inspection reporting of aviation and maritime. In UK, they have fantastic data and fantastic website on this. I will definitely put across these things, sir. I won't mind talking 10 times to the professors and not to the student directly.
Actually, students need a good startup kit in terms of places where they can go and get data rather than search all over the Google and get not very high quality, very highly reliable kind of data, because maritime information of a high quality is largely restricted to communities, which is like Chirp and etc. And these papers or these ideas need to be made available at least to the teams which are registered as participating.
I'll do it so. I'll do so. I agree with you.
Right. So 45 days is the time you're giving for the boys to cook up, make up something. And the research paper would be a combination of historical work that has been done. And then the phase 2 would be, in that paper would be, what is my new innovative packaging of the solution, right?
Mm-hmm. See, objectives are established.
You also want them to put something on the commercial viability, or how much would it cost to take it into?
I'll tell you how the things are. The objectives are established. The fact that the use of pilot ladder constitutes a potential hazard. So they have to establish into the first 500 words probably that the pallet ladder transfer is a hazardous process. Number one. Then they have to list out and understand the hazard and risk involved in PTA. So they have to do a kind of risk assessment and see what all the risk, from the high probability, high impact to low probability and low impact kind of thing. They have to list out those risks. Then identify feasible measures to mitigate the hazards and risk identified as above. So all the identified risks from high probability to high impact, they have to come to the feasible measures. Which are the feasible measures which can be done? They could come out with a new securing arrangement also. I mean, need not that we have to change the pallet ladder or change the probably material or change the construction. They could come out with some innovative securing arrangement as well. Then suggest modern innovative idea to mitigate this risk as to transfer. Propose a new design for pilot personal transfer to mitigate the identified risk. And the last one is make use of the new technology measures. So these are the objectives of the thing. And what are we looking at basically? Of course, the abstract will have some marks, and the concept with the sufficient depth will have a good amount of weightage. Paper layout will have a very good amount. I'll send you this paper. I'll send you this entire thing is in brochure. Paper layout will have a very important thing. 2 or more sections should be there. The thought process of a team behind the innovation. And industry research and examples, facts and figures are very, very important, because without industry research, without understanding what can be there or what has been happening for last 10 years, 20 years, like you rightly said, historically, the pilot ladder, they will not be able to come to the conclusion. Then teamwork involvement is very important. Vocabulary, terminology has certain marks, because terminology has to be absolutely maritime terminology. They can't use the terminology which is not maritime. And conclusion, and risk mitigation, identification hazard is at its core level. So that conclusion part also has about 20 marks in the paper. So we got this scheme of marks also we sent it to you in brochures. Sanjeev Vakil sir is very enthusiastic. So yesterday I was putting the idea across to him. He said, "Why not tomorrow?" I told him, I wanted to send the brochure and then kind of use this medium to agitate the Mani sir is asking right questions. How do you do this and how will you do this? So I thought he will come out much better after reading the brochure. But Vakil sir is like, no, tomorrow, let's do it tomorrow. I will put across everyone. That was good, but I mean, we require industry like this,
And yeah, good job. You're bringing innovative ideas. Last 2 years, I've seen, I think, all your programs, right from master's level to the cadets program, I think it has been fantastic. I think we all were party to it, and I think attended, and I think you're doing good. And any innovative ideas, I think we should encourage, and we should be a part of it. And that's where I think on it. And that's the reason I thought, kal aur kuch ho jayega usse acha. I think if I didn't like the idea, I would have said, okay, let's see next one. But I wanted to get into this idea, and that's the reason. Okay, let's do it right away.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope every institution head is like this. The education level will change in India, 100%.
I saw it when you were saying. I was just going through the whole circular. आपने जो बोला DG का तो मैं देखा 19th को issues किया circular मीना ने, और I think that 6-page circular. That's what you're talking, right? DG, that I know you would have pushed it, and the draft circular on the safety on the pallet ladder is already there on the draft on the website of DGCT.
Correct.
Good. Yeah. I think anything on pilotage and anything, and I think we have discussed we should go a long way. I think pilot ladder training is one thing which, okay, once we have this research and all done, some model of what is told in paper, I would say we should go one step ahead and make it a reality. We should make a model.
Yeah, that is what I was talking about, the commercials. How to convert that idea into something commercial, and what would it cost, and who would foot the bill?
Yeah, but that is
it would be required when you go for registration. If you read the paper on registration of patents, which I just read about 1 week back, because this question was asked to me by somebody else: who will register the patent? Who will have the IP? So they, of course, the always thought goes that I'm collecting papers, I will have IP. I said no, I will not have the IP. IP will be with the student, backed up by the cover of an institute. He's learning there. He's not learning at AMPA. AMPA may be having an idea. You know, so then I did some research on the IP. So when we go for IP and patenting of this kind of a innovative idea, we need to give the commercial feasibility also, because I mean, you know, that is what one of the important are, because unless you give the feasibility for you, last user, it is not registered as a, I mean, could be registered as a patent, like, you know, but for the intellectual property rights, we need to do that. So it will come. I mean, in case they don't submit it now, along with the paper, the commercial feasibility, it's fine. When we go for a patenting, of course we will. And of course, sir, I mean, don't worry. Industry has plenty money. Industry will come up, and foot the bill. Don't worry. AMPA will foot the bill. You know.
I know that for sure. I think that will happen. So I think we'll take baby steps, and I think okay, let's go on the research. Subra, any views from your end, Subra?
Nice. I mean, it's a very good initiative actually, and it's I mean something which on board also when I was saying there is a big question mark. Rigging the pilot ladder itself is a safe, I mean, like an unsafe job. As it is equally unsafe for the pilot to come up the ladder, it is equally unsafe for us to rig the ladder also, working overside and all. So we need a holistic solution for something which is safe for the seafarers also and then safe for the pilots also. And somewhere how we can get these regulations up in aligned all in one side. That is very, very important for us. So, and with nowadays, most of the crew change are happening by a pilot ladder only.
Absolutely.
So I remember my last, I mean, when I stepped down of the ship, it was on a pilot ladder. So I'll never forget that moment also.
So somebody told me other day very clearly that the more of the crew members have died than the pilots on pilot ladder. But the data doesn't get captured anyway, and people are just forgotten about it, you know.
A lot of injuries happen, a lot of slips and all happen. So
Yeah.
that is something which is not captured.
When you're getting down and you're jumping into that barge, which is hitting the ship side and jumping off, you're just taking a chance. You don't time it right, tuck, you go inside.
Yeah. Judgment is very important, you know. And there is no job in the world which have to be, you know, decided whether to actually take a job or not on the location of the job. I mean, a welder cannot go to a site and decide should I weld or not. There has to be a checklist which has been filled up in the deck office or in the factory office. You know, so that my entire point is that. My point is that why can't we have a complete thing, master pilot exchange done 2-3 days before by the port? So port can find them. Pilot comes back. I mean, every day I get one call from each port, you know, complaining about the pilot ladder or the port authorities, or you know, the PSC is not listening. Sir, I told him the pilot ladder is not good. He's not listening. So I mean, what do I cannot do anything from here. I'm not about DG shipping, or I'm not you know, governor of India. So call somebody and tell. You can only socially agitate. You know, telling sir, please, you know, do this, sir, please. This is what it is, you know. So we have to be, I mean, really agitate that issue, you know, to such an extent that it is accepted at the very high level, you know, port authorities level.
True.
Right, sir?
Sure, sir.
I will send
we'll get on to
in
the
2 days' time. I'll send the
whiteboards.
brochures. In 2 days' time, I'll send the brochures. You're on my WhatsApp broadcast list also, so you'll get the updates on there as well. And as Mani said, rightly said, sir, in case students require our professor, I don't want to talk to students directly because it will be like, you know, conflict of
But they
interest.
need access to some quality websites or
Yeah.
databases from where information can be culled out. Otherwise, it will be just a copy paste of Google available, not very quality content.
There are umpteen data available, and a lot of people have done a lot of research on this. You let me know if any professor you nominate for this student's guide in the college, which should be done actually, and then he can call me up, because talking to students will be a conflict of interest for me.
No.
as well as for
It
them.
has to be through. No. The link will be provided. I mean, my suggestion is the link should be provided to the college. The college will then give it to a set of students who will then take it forward along with the professor.
Yeah.
Access.
You should
I mean.
at least get 10 entries from HIMT. Yeah? There is no entry fee. So at least 10 entries are required. So 30. See, another issue is that, you know, I mean, we are giving certificates of appreciation to everyone, participation to everyone. Because I want them to, for next 20 years, these guys will be on ship. They will remember this pilot ladder competition for 20 years. And that itself is a very serious impact. That itself is a very serious impact. I don't want them to forget, like, you know, ballast water tank or, you know, coating or underwater cleaning kind of a project. where students do it in college and forget it because nothing happens on board. They don't see, they still see a high pressure washing being done by the gun. So in Gladok. So I want this pilot ladder thing to be in their head for the next 20 years. So at least 20 years, slowly, like he said very rightly, Vakil sir said about baby steps. It will go into their mind and it will impact them when they're on board. And they'll do it that way. That's the idea.
Sure, sir. So, anything more, Subra?
Nothing. Thank you very much.
End up here and,
appreciate your help.
thank you, sir. Thanks. And thanks.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much,
Always,
sir.
sir. Always, any given time. So, as I requested, even in your flyers, whenever you're going across, kindly include HIMT logos.
Yeah,
so
I'll-
selfish
I'll-
motto of HIMT. Yeah,
Sure.
that's
No,
it.
absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
No issues. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.